Hey, what's going on? Good morning, everybody. Sending positive energy out your way. If you're feeling down, it's always something. That feeling is temporary. We just got to get by the situation or whatever it is that's causing you to feel that way, and flip it. Do whatever you could to flip that depression or that sadness or the anger that you feel inside, and turn it into something positive. There's always a way to be able to do that. It's up to us to try to find out what it is to turn that into, positive, something positive. But today's October 8th, one day before my wedding, 4-year wedding anniversary. So 4 years married, about almost 9 years into a relationship. 10 years clean, and I couldn't be more blessed to wake up and be able to have the life that I have right now, and there was no telling that I was headed down this road, 12, 15 years ago, when I was caught up. And, so that's the message for today is, sometimes you got to stick it out. You got to stick it out, and you got to put your boots in the mud, and you just got to keep on marching forward, because you don't know what's on the other side of that depression, that anger, until you break through. You got to break through, You can't let that weigh you down. Last night I actually, it's been 10 years since I touched anything or even hung out with anybody that did anything. And last night I had a freaking dream, man, that I was doing cocaine, you know what I'm saying? And I was all geeked out, and I thought my wife was gonna catch me, and it felt so real. But then at the same time, I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. It's been 10 years and I'm still having dreams like this. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know that there's some kind of negative energy or force that's out there trying to just reel you back in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not happening. I'm not going to let that happen. I haven't came this far in my life to throw it all the way again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked too hard to get to where I'm at right now with my job, with my marriage, with my kids, my family, the trust that I've built for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to let that happen, So, but it's just an example of like the devil working his magic, you know what I'm saying? And like, that could have been a trigger right there for somebody that was early in their recovery. That could have been a trigger, They could have woke up with the urge to use, you know what I'm saying? But really, you just gotta know. You gotta know that if you're in recovery and you have those dreams, when you wake up, think about all the good that has come from your recovery. Think about how far you've come, how good you feel when you wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? The trust that you're starting to build with the people that you have relationships with, Think about all that. Even if you're early in your recovery, it doesn't matter. That it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get to, when you were fucking getting high and doing this and doing that, robbing people to get money to get high. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot to get from that point to just being clean and being able to wake up and have a normal day, where you don't have to think about where your next hit is going to come from, or where you're going to get high, who you're going to get high with. When your life doesn't revolve around that no more, it's a beautiful life that you could live, you know what I'm saying? Then you could start, occupying your time with other things, you know what I'm saying? Like, start working towards your dreams, start working on your career, start, thinking about having a family, having kids, but all that comes later on your recovery, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you got to focus on is yourself first. Yourself is the most important thing. How it is that, like, how strong of a foundation you could build without being dependent on anything or anybody. You know, that was one of the things that when I first started my recovery, I didn't depend on anybody. I had to do programs, but I took the programs more serious. You know, at first when I did programs, and it was just because I got locked up, and then you know, I was mandated to do those things. So I did them, but I didn't take them serious. You know, if you take it serious and you really try to implement the work and the techniques that they use, it works. To me, it works to a certain extent. You know, it really works if you allow it to work. So you just have to be willing to put in the work, you know. So guys, it's an uphill battle, and even 10 years down the road, still having those dreams, you know. And sometimes it's certain smells. Like I'll smell something, I'll be like, wow, and I'll think about, you know, times when I used to get high, you know. But you just let it pass, you know, and you know, do something else, you know. Think of something else. Think of your family. Think of your kids. That's what I did, you know. I always thought of you know, my path and where I was, the dark place of where I was, and you know, where I'm at now, man. It's beautiful, the transformation that you could make, you know, if you want to. Choose life, man, and choose to do right. This life is funny, you know. It could bring you down the darkest path, or it could bring you to the best life that you could ever live. But it's all dependent on you and your strength, your will, your desire to want good, to want, you know, a better life, you know. So my message to you guys, man, keep on fighting. Don't let that temptation hold you down. Don't let that temptation change your course. Don't let that temptation change your thoughts and what you're intended to do in this life. No matter where you're at, it doesn't matter in your recovery. Okay? Day one is a beautiful day, and you work off of that. You work off of that feeling. All right? Guys, I love you, and keep on fighting the good fight.